This week on Marketplace Middle East, Syria's conflict leaves thousands dead, millions homeless, and hope for a flourishing economy on hold. We speak to the head of one of Syria's opposition parties about the road ahead. Plus, as bombs fall upon the largest city in Syria, Aleppo's World Heritage Sites are under threat of losing centuries' worth of precious history. It's been a year and a half since clashes began in Syria. Protests against President Bashar al-Assad and the continuing military crackdown have seen more than 40,000 people killed and have left an economy in tatters. It's a far cry from over a year ago when, for some, investing in Syria seemed like a good idea. It was a country that had avoided exposure to the struggling global economy. Foreign direct investment was increasing and the private sector was opening up. With a domestic consumer market of around 20 million people virtually untapped, Syria was seen as a hot market for many countries in the region. Qatar, along with the UAE, were two of the largest non-oil investors in the country. Before the conflict, both countries had lofty ambitions for Syria's property and construction sector. The state-owned Qatari DR real estate company was involved in a multi-million-dollar central Damascus project, with the planned built-up area of 2.5 million square meters. And Emaar, the UAE's property group behind the world's tallest tower, had a $500 million joint venture for commercial, retail, and leisure space in the Syrian capital. The Qarafi Group of Kuwait owned the Sheraton Aleppo, among other properties in the country. And the luxury Four Seasons Hotel Damascus is owned by the Saudi billionaire Prince Al-Walid bin Talal. And they were not alone. Numerous projects have been severely drawn back, or in some cases, completely stopped altogether, as the future of investments in Syria has been thrown into complete uncertainty. After months of conflict, the opposition in Syria is still deeply fragmented. Political groups, exiles, activists, and militants have all been unable to agree on how to overthrow President Bashar al-Assad. After a recent meeting in Doha, a new coalition was created, the National Coalition for Syrian Revolutionary and Opposition Forces. The new coalition is recognized by the Gulf Cooperation Council, along with France, Italy, and Britain. The Syrian National Council is one of the groups within the coalition and holds a third of its seats. I asked the head of it, George Sabra, whether President Bashar al-Assad has seen his power truly weaken.
Bashar al-Assad himself couldn't be any more a part of the future of Syria. So they start to look for a new place, a new mission in future of Syria. Most of them came here to Dubai, some of them to Europe, to Turkey, and start a new, or share to start a new era in Syria.
So they're in a holding pattern right now, waiting to see if the coalition will stay together. What is the most convincing argument you can make that this new coalition, which you're now part of, can stay glued together?
If international community support the coalition and make him able to help people inside Syria, to provide humanitarian aid, to provide weapons, to defend themselves, that means the coalition will win the game.
Do you have the support, do you think, of the key players here in the region, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Turkey,
yes,
along with the UAE, the UK recognition now, the French recognition to get you the arms that you need and the supplies that you need?
Yes, we did right now, but it's not enough. Really, we need the support from US. I think the position of America affects the position of Europe. And maybe we can get something from Arab League, because right now we didn't have the real support from Arab League and from UN.
So what is necessary at this juncture? Are we talking about millions of dollars of commitment over the next year for weapons to get the support of the rebels? Should you serve as the funnel of that money into the rebel movement so you have their support and belief that you're going to be around?
Syrians already free their land at the northern part of Syria, along more than 900 kilometers, the border between Syria and Turkey. And we have at least 60% of Syrians now free. But we need no-fly zone, or we need some defense weapons to help people to defend themselves.
And the reluctance to get involved in Syria, do you think it's really because of Iran's support for President Assad right now?
Yeah, but Iran supports Bashar al-Assad from the first day. And Bashar al-Assad has a few friends, like Iran, Russia, China, but effective friends to help him. Syrian people have so many friends in the world, but unfortunately, they do nothing for the Syrian people, at least right now.
President Assad has suggested that he wants to die on Syrian soil. He's not willing to leave the country. So this is a very dangerous in-between position. Nearly 40,000 people have been killed. What is the next step in your view?
Maybe that's his choice. But for me, I want to see him in front of a court to face the justice, to face the eyes of Syrian people, and to be in prison.
The end game in Syria may be unknown, but the opposition is already counting the cost of a post-Assad reconstruction effort. Sabra says it will take no less than $60 billion to rebuild Syria if Bashar al-Assad is removed from power. And some of that reconstruction will also be about preserving Syria's ancient sites. How Syria's heritage is also under threat right now. Coming up on Marketplace Middle East.